Infinity War didn't waste a second. The very first scene was a shock to fans. We open on the Asgardian refugee ship, immediately after the events of Thor, Ragnarok. The distress call plays, and we see devastation everywhere. But here's the first mystery. Where exactly did half of the Asgardians go? In Ragnarok, we saw a full population. In Infinity War, many are missing even before Thanos snapped. Later, in Endgame, Valkyrie claims that some escaped, but the movie never shows how. Was this just a quick explanation to cover for missing characters? Or was there a deleted sequence that revealed their fate? Then we see Loki's final moments. Or are they final? Many fans theorized that Loki used his magic to project a fake version of himself, just as he did in earlier films. Marvel has never officially confirmed or denied this theory, leaving his death shrouded in mystery, until Loki the series gave us an alternate path for the god of mischief. Behind-the-scenes fact. This opening was not the original plan. Early drafts placed this attack much later in the film. The Russo brothers moved it to the very beginning to make Thanos feel unstoppable right from the start, a decision that set the tone for the entire movie. And then, the Hulk. We see Bruce Banner transform into the Hulk to fight Thanos, but lose miserably. This raises another question. Why does Hulk refuse to come out for the rest of the film? In interviews, the directors confirmed it wasn't fear. It was more like Hulk saying, "No, I don't want to fight for you anymore." But this explanation never appears in the movie itself, leaving audiences to wonder if there's more to Hulk's absence than we've been told. Finally, Heimdall's last stand. In one last heroic act, Heimdall sends Hulk to Earth with the Bifrost. Here's a lesser-known fact. Idris Elba filmed multiple versions of his death scene, including one where he actually speaks a cryptic message to Thor. Marvel chose to cut it, but the footage reportedly still exists. This explosive beginning didn't just set the stakes. It planted unanswered questions and cut details that still have fans speculating years later. As Infinity War unfolds, the movie jumps between multiple storylines, and with them, several mysteries and little-known facts that even sharp-eyed fans missed. Let's start with Doctor Strange's cryptic vision. When Strange looks into the future using the Time Stone, he sees 14,605 possible outcomes, and claims there's only one path to victory. But here's the question. Did Strange really see every outcome? Or did he guide events toward one particular timeline he wanted? Some fans believe Strange may have actually manipulated the entire war to end in Endgame's final battle, meaning some of the Avengers' losses in Infinity War were intentional sacrifices. Marvel has never confirmed this, keeping Strange's motives delightfully ambiguous. Behind-the-scenes fact. Benedict Cumberbatch was the only cast member given the real script for his scenes involving the Time Stone. Most other actors didn't know the specifics of what Strange saw, even during filming, to avoid spoilers. Next, Vision and the Mind Stone. Why didn't Shuri from Wakanda get more time to finish separating Vision from the Mind Stone? She's interrupted by the attack, but considering the urgency, many fans wondered why the Avengers didn't move Vision to a safer location earlier. Deleted concept art shows Vision hidden deep within Wakanda's mountains in an early draft, a plan that never made it to the screen. Then there's Thanos on Vormir. The Soul Stone requires a sacrifice, a soul for a soul. But why did the stone demand Gamera's death in particular? Could someone else have been sacrificed? Some fan theories suggest the stone chooses the soul it deems most valuable to the Seeker, which would make Gamera's fate unavoidable. Interestingly, early scripts had Thanos bringing Nebula instead, but it didn't carry the same emotional weight, so the story changed. Easter egg mystery. On Vormir, when Red Skull speaks to Thanos, he calls him Thanos, son of Allers. This tiny detail connects directly to Marvel's deep comic lore, where Allers is a cosmic figure tied to the Eternals. The movie never expands on it, leaving that backstory untouched for now. And of course, the Hulkbuster mystery. In the trailers, we saw Hulk charging into the Wakanda battle, but in the movie, it's Bruce Banner in the Hulkbuster suit instead. This wasn't just a misleading marketing trick. The original plan had Hulk bursting out of the armor mid-battle. The CGI was even partially completed before the scene was cut, which is why the trailer still contains it. By the time the Wakanda battle begins, Infinity War has laid out a trail of mysteries, hidden truths, and half-revealed secrets that keep fans theorizing even today. As the movie builds toward its shocking finale, the mysteries deepen, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. Let's begin with the snap. When Thanos snaps his fingers with the full Infinity Gauntlet, half of all life in the universe turns to dust. But here's the strange thing. The process doesn't appear instant. We see dusting happen over several minutes, person by person. Some fans theorize that Thanos was able to choose who vanished consciously or subconsciously, which might explain why some of the most dangerous Avengers, like Tony Stark, survived. Others believe it was random, as Thanos claimed. Marvel has never given a straight answer, and the Russo brothers have been intentionally vague. Behind-the-scenes fact: the dusting scenes were filmed with little direction for the actors. They were simply told, "Act as if something is happening to you." The CGI team later added the ash effect, meaning the cast didn't even know if their characters were living or dying until they saw the final cut. Next is the gauntlet's damage. After the snap, the Infinity Gauntlet looks burned and broken, but Thanos still uses the Space Stone to teleport away. This raises a question: is the damage to the gauntlet or to Thanos himself? Some fans theorize the stones themselves were weakened, setting the stage for why they're destroyed in Endgame. Marvel never fully explains, making it one of the MCU's most debated mysteries. Then there's Tony Stark and Doctor Strange's exchange on Titan. Right before Strange gives Thanos the Time Stone, he tells Tony, "We're in the Endgame now." Was this a coded message? Did Strange know that Tony had to survive because he was the one to eventually wield the gauntlet? This moment adds fuel to the theory that Strange had been subtly controlling events since his first vision. Easter egg mystery. In the post-snap scene on Titan, notice the eerie silence, except for a faint wind sound. Some audio experts claim it matches the low-frequency hum from earlier scenes involving the Soul Stone, hinting that all those dusted may have gone into some form of Soul World. This theory gained more traction when Endgame briefly showed a vision of Tony talking to an older Morgan Stark in a dreamlike orange world. Finally, the movie's cliffhanger ending. Unlike most superhero films, Infinity War ends with the villain winning. No uplifting resolution, no post-battle celebration. Instead, we see Thanos watching the sunrise. Content. This ending shocked audiences worldwide and became one of the boldest moves in cinematic history. Fun behind-the-scenes fact: even many Marvel crew members thought this ending was a fake-out during production. Some believed Marvel would add a last-minute scene of the Avengers regrouping. But the Russos stuck to their guns and made history by ending a blockbuster on such a devastating note. In the end, Avengers: Infinity War leaves us with more questions than answers. Was the snap truly random? Did